G'day, mes amis. I have to make sure that I tell the computer, the transcript, the thing that is listening on here, mes amis, my friends, en français. It's French, right? I'm just mixing a bit of Aussie slang and French. I thought it was cute. That's what I talked. I like to speak French. French is one of the few languages I'm barely proficient at. I just wanted to clarify that if anyone's reading the transcript, last time I was looking at it and it said, "G'day, amazing me." I am not that egocentric. I do not start my videos by saying, "Amazing me." It's mes amis. Yeah, how's everybody going? It is, what day is it today? It's a Tuesday morning. I have put new rollers on my chair, so I'm gonna be wiggly. I'm still getting used to them. I got those rollerblade wheels for my desk chair because I do have two desks here. So I roll back and forth, and I've got vinyl flooring, and I was like, I'm gonna scrape the flooring an awful lot. My brain was trying to use a whole lot of dirty words, and I was trying not to say them. Every so often, you just have to like do a little scooch because the wheels will just start to slide me around. Not that my floors aren't level, it's just I'm getting used to them. They're different. Yeah, hi, how's it going? I've got work in a little bit, so I've got to do a quick look. I've gotten the Dramo palette finally. It's one of their moonlit, I don't know, they have a whole series of these things, but this was the one that I really liked. And it's this lovely dark, light. It's only got the two shimmers. Both are a mild duochrome. I don't know if you can kind of see it. This one goes a goldy pink, and that one's a purpley aqua. It's very nice. Both of the shimmers they don't have a deep base on them, so they go with both dark and light looks very, very easily. They're just pretty sparkle. I'll just give you a show. Let's see, they don't have names as far as I know. They're not like that. They don't have to name them. You just have to know one's the gold one and one's the purple one. But I'll just swatch them on the back of my hand so you can see. There you go. So this is the gold one. So you can see it's got that bright pink shift. It has, I guess, I don't know, it doesn't have much of a base. It seems to go, and then that's the purple one. It has a slight orangey, darker base, but you could use that as a one and done kind of look. And it just has that beautiful blue. So they're very, very nice. They are flaky. That's the only thing. So I've already been using it a few times. I couldn't resist. I find that these flakier ones, they don't work well with a finger because I've said before, I've got these giant fingers. So, you know, if I put it on, it just ends up everywhere. And it doesn't get picked up by a brush very well. So I did watch, it was Ella Kinkley, who had I'm looking at my desk, sorry, silicone applicator. So I got quickie on the Temus and ordered myself ones. I've done looks with these three, this beautiful dark purple, and I've done more grayish looks. I haven't done anything with the blues yet. So I thought, well, today I'll play with those. I did use this one yesterday and I mixed it with these two purples. That was okay, but I definitely want to use those two. So I'm going to start with the darkest blue, use the teal, and then I'll figure it out from there. I had planned to clean all of my brushes, which are grotty. So, you know, we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna be a grunge bag today and just say it was all planned that way. One thing about them is that when you tap into these, there is visible kick up. I guess that's what y'all call it. Y'all call it a kick up in the pan. It's a kick up in the pan. So yeah, the pigments, they pick up really well and they leave a lot of dust in the pan. So what I've been doing is I get my initial scratch on the brush and apply that, and then I just gently tap into that dust because I don't know, am I being very precious? I feel like I'm being very precious with my makeup. I have to, I don't know, save it. I've never panned anything completely. Yeah, go in with the dark blue all over the lid, blend it out with this on the top, and then I might just use this up at the brow bone and see how that goes. And then I'll use all the dark blue and maybe even that deep plum underneath. So just starting on the outside, but I just want to keep it on the main lid into the crease. I'm not making it too strong just yet. I can always build it up later. I'll just get the basic color down. I did put my cosmic blue contact lenses in today, so I'm hoping that the blue will highlight them. Because if you don't realize or don't know, if you're new, I have brown eyes. Well, I have a light brown hazel with green underneath, but as I've gotten older, they've kind of turned into murky puddle brown. And when I do this, I try not to move my mobile lid too much. I try and be very gentle, just patting. And it's not so much because, you know, I'm over 50 and prone to wrinkles, which is a truth. Well, for one, I'm wearing contact lenses. I don't want to shift the lens because I'm moving my eyelid around as well. Being gentle and kind to ourselves is always a goal in our lives. We should all just try and be kind and gentle to ourselves, and this is just one way to do that. I'm just going to get a little bit on a liner brush, and just to get this color right down to my eyelash line, I just have to lift my lid and then relax all of the muscles so that I can get right close. So I'm hardly touching it. It's really just the weight of my eye so that I can get right into that lash line. So that's that dark blue. Oh, I think I need to put that underneath my eye as well. I think yep, that's what I'm gonna wanna do. Just a little. Just touching that dust in the pan, like I said. I'm starting to see why so many YouTubers use like a Canon camera or something for their recording, because as I'm doing this, there's all these like notifications popping up in the viewfinder, and I'm trying so hard to not be distracted by them, because there's all kinds of stuff going on at work and they're all trying to find shift covers for things. So I keep thinking it's something else that's, you know, more important, but it's not. So the distraction is there because it's right at my camera. And I wish I could just turn off the work apps. Do you guys have that at your jobs now as well? It just seems to be the way things are going. Like, how are we supposed to disconnect if we're constantly connected to our jobs through these apps that monitor, you know, they maintain the rosters and other sales communications and things like that. It's like, it's so hard. It's like you almost have to delete the app from your phone if you're on a vacation. Otherwise, it's just always there. They're always there. There's no disconnect. And you start thinking about your work-life balance. How are you supposed to maintain that when you can't disconnect? I'm just dipping into that lighter blue, and I'm gonna dab gently around the edge of that before I start to blend, just to distribute the pigment evenly through. This might end up looking like a monochromatic look, but there's nothing wrong with that. If it was a little bit more purple, gosh, I could do like a whole blue-ringed octopus kind of thing. And if you've never seen the colors of a blue-ringed octopus, you should just Google that right now, because they're so pretty. Don't touch them, they're deadly. And yes, I do have them in our local beaches in the rock pool, so we've got to be careful. And they're little. That's what I didn't expect. You hear octopus, I think they're giant, but these blue-ringed octopuses, they're smaller than the size of my hand. They're teeny weeny. So don't touch them, even though they're very pretty. Just watch them from above and admire their beauty. Not bad. I was looking at some 80s eye looks. I don't know, I think somebody did like, this is how I did my makeup in the 80s, but it was a 20-something. They didn't do that. This is how they did makeup in the 80s, more like it, because they obviously weren't alive in the 80s. But it reminded me that one of the things that I used to do when I was younger doing my makeup is there was this unwritten rule, I guess, that your outer eye, or the, whatever line you'd created from under your eye, it had to connect to the end of your eyebrow. So wherever the end of your eyebrow was, if you had higher arched eyebrows, then it had to end. Your eye look would extend up to there. And if you just go and look back at magazine covers and things, there was usually this almost bubble of eye color, this bubble, and you would have to connect somehow this line up to the eyebrow. And I'd forgotten that until I was like, oh, I did that. Oh yeah, don't know. Yeah, so I might try a couple of looks and see if we can recreate. I'll have to do one of these. This is how I did my makeup when I was in high school. It was tragic. We all look like clowns, but being a clown is fun. Let's be honest. That's why you have to embrace the color. You're never too old for colorful makeup. I was looking at the eyebrow styles as well from the 80s, which were very thick and full and almost untouched. And I look at, I used to have a very thick brow when I was, in my teens. And it's not like I overplucked in the 90s or anything. I actually didn't like that ultra thin eyebrow look at all, but I don't like that my eyebrows would grow down almost into my crease, so I would always just pluck these ones out. But I'm starting, as I get older, I'm losing my tail. I'm just gonna go into this lightest shade here. Now it looks quite yellow. It's funny, it looks quite yellow on the camera, but it's quite pink. It's almost like the lightest shade of pink. It almost looks like translucent powder. It's that light. So light, I can't even see where I picked it up on the brush. All right, let's just, now it's all over my eyelashes. The lights in that palette as well are very strong. You hardly have to touch them. I did get a bit of fallout down here with the, that medium blue shade, but I haven't put any base on, so it'll all be fine. It is definitely a oh gosh, now I've turned into Mimi Bobek. Okay, we're gonna be fine. Stop shedding. That was the brush, not me. So just get a nice three-toned kind of gradient. They blend well enough together that you can definitely get that going. I'm just gonna get a short dense brush and go back into the darkest navy shade. And I just want to darken up the inner eye. I don't know what I've got. I've got some weird clinginess here. I should have used an eye primer. I'm gonna bring that dark color right into the corner eye pit. I don't know, do people not like that eye pit word? I don't know what else to call it. If you say the corner of the eye, I almost think the wet part, not the dry part. And that's just like in the dry part. See? I will tidy that, but that's kind of what I was hoping for. Now, just picking up some of that lighter shade just to increase that blend. And I'm just reinforcing. So it's kind of like doing a rough draft, and now I'm pressing in the details. And if anything, at some point, it just like, ooh, definitely don't like that. Those two don't want to play together. Then I could have just wiped off and started something different. I'm going to just do a quick tidy, and then I'm going to do the under eyes. So Dramo Beauty is a Sea Beauty brand, and I got it through the Look Healthy store. And it was the first time I'd used them, so I'd had to look up some of their, Trustpilot reviews and a few other reviews to see. They had good reviews and things, so I decided to, pull the pin and give them a try. The order was, received and shipped within 24 hours. So that was good. I was happy with that. But it did take another, I think, almost 2 weeks for it to clear customs and all of that and arrive at my door. In fact, I was actually went on the website to kind of check any of the tracking update, and it says it said, on the day I was looking, it said it was delivered at 6 p.m. And I was like, oh, it's in the mailbox. And I ran outside and I was like, there it was. So I was quite happy about that. But I didn't get any email notifications or anything like that from the shipping agent. Is that the brush I was using? Don't touch that. I'd seen the collection. This one I actually double checked. It's called Moonset Tide. It's in their Chameleon Dramo, or is it Dramo collection, Chameleon collection. It's the palette number 010. They have a few different palettes. These Sea Beauty ones, they'll put out a whole collection and you find the number of the one that you like and you tend to order that number. And I just loved that color story. The other ones are okay, but this one was just really, the camera doesn't do it. That isn't doing it justice. It's a whole lot deeper and a bit richer than it's looking. I've now got too many pairs of glasses near me. Now, under eyes. I've got to get going. Tiger moth season. So I'm just dipping into that darker purple burgundy shade, and it comes, it's like a deep grape color. I'm gonna put that just in there next to the blue. The thing I like about these contacts is they do show a little of my own brown colored eye through the center. So I like that I can definitely highlight both the blue and the brown. There we go. So just a little of that purple. And do I want the bright purple? And maybe I do want the bright purple. I think I'm gonna, well, it's not monochrome anymore, is it? It's definitely not a monochrome look now. Because you get all excited, don't you? And you just gotta touch all of them. But isn't that purple, that bright purple's just so pretty? Look at that. Look at that color. It's too nice. Just a touch. Just a touch. I hope you can hear the magpies singing in my front yard. They're all so happy. Their babies have all hatched and they've fledged the nest. So there's little greedy baby magpies just all over the place right now. One of the big purchases that people have been making is mealworms. They buy mealyworms. They buy live ones, they buy dried ones. And some people, they keep the hobby farmers. They'll have a few chickens in their yard. But other people are buying it to bribe the magpie so they don't swoop and attack them. Because magpies, being a corvid, they are incredibly smart and they will remember if you were nice to them. They will remember that you gave them a delicious treat at some point and they will be nice to you and not treat you as a threat. So people are buying up mealworms to bribe the magpies to be nice. And if that isn't a springtime Halloween awesome thing, is that not just trick or treat, right? You got to treat the magpies so that they don't trick you and scratch your eyes out, basically. That's a whole lot more drama than I was expecting for today. But it's on there, so we're going with it. This is me. Occasionally, I'll be like, I'm just going to do an easy look today. And then it turns into, I'm going out to the clubs as a wannabe drag queen. A terrible drag queen. Their makeup's spotless. Mine's always going to be subpar. I'm going to end that there. I'm going to put some mascara on, do my eyebrows, and then a little bit of makeup on my face. Be right back. I realized as I was curling my lashes that I completely forgot to put on any of the sparkle. I was like, you know, kind of digging this matte look. But I'm gonna use that purpley blue one. And that's the silicone brush I mentioned. So just, yeah, just kind of pat it gently on those flakes. Oh gosh. And it picks it up. And then I can press them out because those flakes will, if you just leave them on there, they'll just sit like a chunk. But you have to spread them to disperse the pigments. I just have to be careful not to touch the contact lens through the eye. So it's a lot more precise than my fat pinky digits. That's actually better than I thought it was gonna look. That looks really awesome. I'm just gonna concentrate it in the inner corner, just before halfway. And then I'll gently just tap it so there's just like a little twinkle on the rest of the eye. Nothing, no more extra drama, just keep that all right in there. It's almost like just removing whatever's left on there. There's an eyelash on my cheek. No, I should have made a wish. Oh well. This is what happens when you give up superstitions. That's enough. All right, now I'm going to do the mascara stuff. All right, brows, lashes. Just got to do a quick face and I'll be done and running away. Was doing my makeup the other day and I was putting my base on and I grabbed one of these and immediately pressed about 6 long hairs into my face. I was like, what the frick is that? What is happening here? And turns out I'm about 90% sure one of my cats has been coming up on my desk and rubbing their face on my makeup brushes because it was cat hair. It was cat hair embedded in my brushes. And I had washed all of these brushes. I had washed them all. They were clean. And now I've got to check them over because if I find out, and I know which one it is, it's always the cheeky young one, cheeky girl. She's probably been chewing on them as well. So she's going to be in trouble. She's not supposed to touch. She's not supposed to be on this desk. Where did that come from? Look at that extra long eyelash. It's probably going to fall out soon, but ooh, it's almost touching my eyebrow. That color might be a little bit pale for me. I don't know. I definitely need some whiter lights. Just going to get that Clinique Pansy Pop. Just a little bit here. Just to get that yellow panda eye. This might be doing nothing, but you know, I'm gonna keep going with it. It kind of works with the purple under my eye anyway. That's the Glaminatrix blush. Very nice. Very nice. This one it's very strong. It's not really for my skin tone. So I have to barely touch it. Barely touch it. Just the tap of one of these stipply brushes, okay? And I'm even gonna tap off the bulk of it and barely touch my face because it's very strong. Look. Just a little on my nose. And that's it. Take this mop down. I washed my hair earlier, so let's see what's gonna happen. It's just up in a little bun just to get a curl going. That worked out quite well. Here we are. Not bad. A bit of drama. You see the sparkle? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've got a few minutes. I got to get changed and scoot and go start the day from a job with the afternoon. So yay, it's all good. So thanks so much. I will definitely be around again soon. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you like this stuff, you could do the whole subscribe-y, clicky, whatever's and bell things. I'm not so much for spruiking my own stuff, but I appreciate your company and I hope to see you again. Goodbye.